29th. Let's get into this DJT update. So we mapped out potential scenarios in our last video that we were looking for a pullback back to the week to date volume weighted average price to this 5-day moving average. As this rally was taking place, the slope of the 5-day moving average was declining, and we had this anticipated moving average direction here that we were saying as the data was starting to drop off into this area, if we would rally and consolidate, the 5-day moving average would start to rise. So that's where we mapped out this scenario. We were looking for this pullback to this area, rally back above, look for some consolidation into this 36, 47, 36, 65 area to participate into this push to $40 and some continuation, potentially 42, and then look for a little bit more profit taking, set up a higher low, let this previous neckline of resistance maybe act as support, and then get that continuation and reclaim. We'll back it out to the bigger time frame, that all-time high volume weighted average price where we could see taking place here. So we have that all-time high volume weighted average price, which has acted as resistance in the past, and now the slope is starting to still descending. So we're potentially looking for a rally up to it, carve out a higher low on the daily time frame where this resistance could then act as support and then fuel a bigger push back into this 51 area, and then potentially get back up into the 61, 69 area. So we can see that we're trading above the all-time, we're trading above the volume weighted average price of the high this year, the volume weighted average price of this year. Here's the inception of this year. So you could see how this was acting as support, acting as support, acting as support. And this is where we started to break under it, reclaim the 200-day moving average. You can see how this year-to-date black line has a magnet. So evidence of the buyers are showing that they're regaining control, and this could potentially be setting up. So that's the scenario I'm looking for. It's the same setup, is rallying back above. Maybe it's a simple purchase above this high of 37.26 with a stop under 35.81 area. I'm looking to look at this 3-day VWAP tomorrow, 36.67, and we'll drill it down into a smaller time frame. So say come Monday, would be looking out for something like this, where this maybe comes back in, could shake deeper into the 2-day and 3-day VWAP, where this 3-day VWAP will be here. Let's get that colored up. Yeah, that color's matching. That's nice. And we'll get this. This would be the 2-day VWAP at that point in time. So that's where I'll be drilling, is set the alert. Maybe we gap up, get some profit taking down into this area, and that could look to give us our same setup. You know, you could have a stop at this low here, potentially. You can maybe even just accept this low right here, which I think that's the most appropriate one, 35.56. So look for this to rally up, consolidate towards the afternoon. Let this data on the 5-day continue to drop off. Let this 5-day moving average continue to rise, and off the ways we go. So that's the DJT update. We'll just talk about the potential downside, just because there always is a scenario here. So if we start to break the 5-day moving average and this month-to-date VWAP at 35.38, price action could potentially be poised to see some more profit taking and a potential further pullback down into these areas where I'm mapped out of. We'll move this VWAP here, put it to this low. So down into this low here at this 32.67, 31.66. If we start to break under 35.38 and this 34.61 area. So the average seller from this area is losing right now. So if they start to gain control, that could potentially fuel further decline back down into this 30, 30.25, 32.65 area. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you like this, please like and subscribe.